and it's feared the death toll could rise to as high as 7 in that tragic blaze at Luna Park tonight.
It's unknown how many people are actually dead in there at the moment, but we do know that up to 11 cars were trapped in the ghost train.
When Mr. Godson and all his family perished, with the exception of his wife.
I was from the country. I came down here to share a night with my family, and my whole world just sort of fell to pieces.
Hoppy, you were the original spirit here at Luna Park. You came up from Adelaide and you started this place here, what, in 35, and you've seen a whole development of Luna Park over the years.
Yeah, that is correct. That is so.
Each day, before the gates of Luna Park are open to the public, our dedicated staff can be seen working tirelessly in preparation for the day ahead.
On the morning of the fire, we decided to watch part of the festival. And while we were standing there, just out of nowhere, a figure appeared. And Damien was rather frightened and rather taken back when he came up to us. But he just stood there, and this beast-like person put his hand on his shoulder, and I just took the photo. We decided at the last minute that we would all still go to Luna Park because we were going home the next day. And it was probably about 8 o'clock when we arrived at Luna Park that night. And
Get your tickets for the creepiest, spine-tingling ride of your life on the Ghost Train. We dare you to ride on the Ghost Train.
we'd only had about 4 tickets left, and we asked the children which ride they enjoyed the most. And they chose the Ghost Train.
Yes, there are lots of ghosts in here. You'll shiver and quake, and the Ghost Train.
When I bought my ice cream, I walked over to the front of the ride, and I could see that they'd already got on the ride without me. And I was just standing there eating my ice cream, and all of a sudden I saw the smoke and the flames.
The gentle soul is ripped apart and cast into the fire. First a smile of dejection at the nearness of the night. Truth becomes a tragedy, limping from the light. All the heavens are horrified, they stagger from the sight as the cross is trembling with desire.
And it's feared the death toll could rise to as high as 7 in an horrific blaze in Sydney's Luna Park tonight. Fire broke out in the Ghost Train, and within minutes the building was an inferno.
It's been an absolute night of tragedy here at the Luna Park in North Sydney. I sat with a woman most of the evening who cried, was in tears for more than 3 hours before she learned that her 2 children, aged 4 and 6, were dead, and her 29-year-old husband had also perished in this inferno. It's tragic.
And I knew that John and the children had were in there. And at that stage, I just lost all control and they put me in an ambulance. Because I was in so much shock, I had what some people might say is a death experience. And I could see into a big black tunnel, and at the other end of that tunnel was this beautiful white light and the image of Jesus in a gown and his long hair. And he was saying to me, "It's not your turn yet. You go back, you go back." And this seemed to go on for hours.
The child was created to the slaughterhouse he's led. So good to be alive when the eulogies are read. The climax of emotion, the worship of the dead, as a cycle of the sacrifice unwinds. So
Of Godson, God and his son. The name is so similar to the family who perished. They were the heroes. They were the soldiers of sacrificial lambs.
Although an electrical fault is believed to have triggered the blaze, police, fire and Department of Labour and Industry officials were on the site once again today, sifting through the ruins. Many questions surrounding the tragic fire still remain unanswered.
We're now satisfied that the fire was as a result of an electrical fault within the building.
By far the most dramatic claim of the day came from Dr. Anthony Stokes, Senior Lecturer in Electrical Engineering at Sydney University. In his opinion, there has been no material evidence found yet that prompts him to conclude that electrical failure was responsible for starting the Luna Park fire on June.
Your Lord, 100, 100 $100 of over now, 150 there, 152 on the right now, 2 on over there, 250 now, 250 over 3 there, 3 of over. At $300 I've been on the right. At $300 I've been there, you better go on. At 300, very good, 350 here, 350 over. 4 on the right now, 4 over now, give. At $400 I've been down here further at 400. Get done at $400.
How did the Friends for Luna Park come about?
Well, we'd always, the artists of us who worked here were always friends of Luna Park, but officially we formed after the fire because we thought this was going to be the end of the place.
Just for fun, just for fun. Luna Park, you've seen good days and bad.
I walked across Harbour Bridge because I wanted Luna Park to open again. And I just like to tell all the kids out there, come and help us.
Well, you got to sort of save it because it's one of the best playgrounds anywhere.
But wouldn't this be a better site for a casino or something like that?
Might be for an adult, but not for a child.
This is a particular item, the river caves, that can be fixed and made safe. And it would just be criminal to bulldoze it. Criminal.
The Buddha's just gone up.
River cave, right for it there. $1,500 to start in the Buddha. 1,000 I have over here, thanks sir. 1,000 on bid, sir. Up 1,000 bid, 1250 better. 1250 bid, 1,500 sir. 2,000 he said. Up 2,000 on bid, sir. 3,000 he said. 4,000 he said. Before you still go. $4,000 for the first. 4,000 for the second. Third and last call. 4,000 joy for the number.
I thought that everyone, after what happened to those kids in the middle of the year of the child, and especially the man's name being John Godson, and been in a full moon, death striking where man is mocked death, etc. So there's a big lesson to be learned from it. I hope I learned my lesson from it.
Lot number 37. No dark, a fine piece there, 100. 100
memories of
$100 I've been down.
Luna Park.
Over now. At 150 I've been down, he further been down, 150 there, 2.5 down, 2.5 I've been down.
Sorry, I feel a bit emotional.
At 250 I've been down. At 250 I've been down.
your safety is most important to us. So please do not rock the boat and never ever place your hands outside the boat. Thank you and enjoy your trip.
There's a lot of people in the park today who are here that night, old-timers who I've talked to, and they're feeling very bad about it because they were all told to shut up, and there was rumours of 5 bikies came in here and torched the place. The police covered it up. What's that mean?
Appearances, you know.
300 there, 350 here, 350 you're out. That's 350 here, 84 over now. That's for your house. That's $400 down here in the middle, $400 all done.
It's the wind in the willows, sadly they sigh. It's the wind in the willows, saying goodbye. For the sound of your laughter, vainly I long. Only the breeze whispers their song. They are murmuring never, never the same. You have vanished forever, gone as you came. Like a dream you have faded, died like a flame. But the wind in the willows whispers your name. Yes, I can't forget the wonderful times I've had here at Luna Park. And the wind in the willows whispers the name of this great place, no matter where one goes, to those who've known it.
Do you think that had the ghost train not burnt down, that the park would be still open now?
I'm sure it would be. I'm sure it would be. I'm not going to be political, so turn that off.
It's now believed a witness has sworn a statement alleging the blaze was started by a group of bikies working for a well-known mobster who was trying to gain control of the park. A long-time friend of Luna Park, Sydney artist Martin Sharp, agrees that there has been a cover-up. He says police told him so at the time, saying they were powerless to act because their hands were tied.
Do you think justice will ultimately be done?
Ultimately, justice is always